Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Just felt something weird. These are the remaining, what am I trying to say? These are the messages for the rest of May, which I know we have like less than a week left. So it will likely peel over into June. And I think in June, I'll just be doing one reading. We'll see how my energy is and what time is looking like. I'm going to do a Celtic cross today. I'm using the Greer Tarot. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune, new cycles. And we know, Scorpio, you're the death energy. You're all about transformation, right? So it's like you should almost view your life as like a constant series of changes, not just for yourself, but also like almost like working as like a guide for, not like literally, but almost like it's like you help to guide the collective and like other people around you through transitions as well. I'm seeing the Knight of Swords could be dealing with an air energy, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Sometimes speaks to harsh communication. I'm filming this reading on Memorial Day, and just like colloquially speaking, I feel like today, and I have Scorpio placement, so I'm speaking to myself here too. I do feel like there may be things that sort of might trigger you today into maybe being in a little bit of a Knight of Swords. Today could, span the next few days, week, whatever. I don't know. Something to be aware of, especially as we are in an air sign season, Gemini season. Just be careful about how you're communicating, both to yourself as well as to other people, okay? It's almost like sometimes it's better to leave things unsaid, right? Eight of Cups, more of that transitory energy, right? Walking away from past emotional attachments there with the Eight of Cups. And the Nine of Pentacles, very single, stable, abundant energy. I love that card in this deck. What are the messages for Scorpio? Spirit, what are the messages for Scorpio? I think I mentioned I'm doing a Celtic cross. Four of Cups, an opportunity or an offer coming in could be something related to love. If it's not about talking about a relationship, because we did see the Nine of Pentacles there, could just be something that you're very passionate about. Some type of offer, opportunity. It's like it's an offer from the universe, right? I always see that in this deck with some of these cards. It's like the hand of God coming in there, okay? There is this past energy here, and that was energy that I picked up on. I filmed Pisces and Aquarius earlier, okay? And again, it could be a more collective thing. It just feels like people are sort of thinking about the past. Perhaps there's feelings of nostalgia or even painful feelings, right? And it just seems like we're being asked, again, individually and collectively to sort of process those things. Six of Wands crossing you, victory. And I feel like you're thinking about this too. I'm also seeing the World here, which did come up actually it was the Wheel of Fortune. The World card has not come up, but I'm seeing the World there on that wreath, almost like coming full circle on something, okay? And really closing out old cycles too, which we already talked about. You guys are all about that energy, right? With the death energy, closing out old cycles, starting something new. I feel like you're on your way towards victory, but I feel like right now you're like not sure about this. Perhaps you're thinking about how to get there, okay? Whatever situation that might apply. In your past is the Two of Swords, Aquarian energy, and I mentioned that I filmed the Aquarius reading earlier today. We also see that new moon, crescent new moon on this card. I love that. We did have a new moon in Gemini on Friday. There's a reading up for that on the channel as well, if that's something that resonates with you. Two of Swords energy, Aquarius energy, making a decision based off of our intuition here, right? The figure on the card is always blindfolded. So it's like almost like operating in the dark, but not literally speaking. It's just saying, going with what you know internally, not necessarily what outside forces or people may be telling you to do or to think. At the base of the reading is the Justice card, more air energy there, Libra specifically, okay? Could be dealing with some type of legal situation, or perhaps you feel like you're seeking justice, right? Like karmic justice in a situation, again, trying to get that victory there with the Six of Wands. Crowning you, Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of work here, okay? And that was a theme in the Aquarius reading too. That's a theme I feel like right now, okay? Maybe it's because of circumstances people are sort of more focused on work or, finding work, what they can be doing for work, spending more time on work. I know that I've heard that from a few people recently, just because of the current circumstances. But this could also, it could just be talking about working on something new or your existing job having like a lot of work right now. you know, or thinking about how you're going to find work, you know, if you're not in work, something along those lines, or just working hard on something, right? With that Eight of Pentacles energy there. It doesn't really feel like money is an issue here with that Eight of Pentacles crowning, okay? We have the Page of Cups in the future placement. It's reminding me of the cup that we saw in that Four of Cups coming out initially. Some type of offer or opportunity. Sometimes this card can represent an apology. Obviously, could be talking about a water sign, right? Like yourself, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. I just want to mention this too, because the energy came up in the earlier readings in Aquarius and Pisces, and that is this energy of like fertility, okay, and possible pregnancy. Again, that might not resonate with everyone. It might not apply to every situation, especially not in the literal sense, but it could be talking about metaphorically birthing something new, especially following that Eight of Pentacles regarding work. Again, it feels like with this Cups energy, it's very tied to the heart and to the passion. It feels like life purpose kind of related. And again, could be like starting a new project, metaphorically speaking. You have the Queen of Rods here. So I feel like this is something that you want to take action on or towards here, okay? With this Queen of Rods, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you may have those placements. I feel like you could also be dealing with someone who's maybe has Leo and Libra and possibly Aquarius in their chart as well. Aquarius and Leo are also sister signs, right? They sit opposite each other on the zodiac. So if any of that resonates, you may want to check out the other readings. I think Leo's been done for a while. And like I mentioned, Aquarius is done. And Libra is done as well. So, okay. Yeah, wanting to really take action on something. I also feel like I'm feeling this, like perhaps a physical transformation. I don't know, like, you know, maybe making some changes to like how you look, like your hair, or I don't know, however that might resonate. You might be doing it yourself or what have you. I will say, because I feel like, you know, typically speaking, like Mercury retrogrades, which we're not in, but I do think we're coming upon one like in the next month or so, it might start. Not really a good time to like do anything new, right? In terms of like hairstyles or whatever. Nothing drastic anyway. And we're in a period right now, Venus retrograde in Gemini. I have a slight inkling it might be similar. I don't know. I would do your research, okay? Just if you're thinking about doing anything drastic, especially if you're thinking about doing it yourself, please make sure you do your research about it. Because this card just implies like feeling and looking very good. Okay, so maybe you're doing some other things. Maybe you're really focusing on your health, on exercise right now, especially in the lead up to summer. Okay, it might not be like what I was talking about earlier. It could be just like, you know, other ways that you're sort of focusing on yourself, or again, there's like some relation to fire energy here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm getting more so, Scorpio, that this card is like you, like either something you're working towards or something you're working on, again, work related or something like related to your, it feels very like related to like physicality and appearance, but it could also be related, you know, to like your sort of spiritual growth and progression, because those things don't happen, right, like apart. They happen simultaneously. In your environment, there you are. You're the Tower. Scorpio energy coming in. Tower reversed, okay? So I do feel like, I don't know, I'm just getting the word avoidance, okay, with the Tower here in reverse. I don't know what it could be avoiding. Maybe you're avoiding looking at something within yourself or within someone else or within a situation. It's almost like not really seeing things clearly, like in the current environment right now, okay? Yeah, I don't know. Or it's like in the midst of like doing a lot of work on yourself. Maybe you're just going through this deeply profound transformation right now. And again, I feel like the energy of today and maybe the next few days might feel, I don't want to scare anyone, but it just feels like it might be a little bit challenging, okay? And however that might resonate. And that's with this Tower in reverse coming up in your environment, it does feel like that. As we know, the Tower can also talk about sudden or unexpected change. It can also talk about, right, like things we need to let go, right? People, places, and things that no longer serve because as a part of our foundation, you know, loosely speaking. And so things that we need to let go, maybe there's things you're working on shedding or purging in your current environment. Okay, you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, I just feel like there's like some hesitation. It was so interesting because I kept looking at that Two of Swords and I was like, how does this Tower relate to the past? It could very well be some type of decision here that you're making, again, connecting to your intuition, perhaps something coinciding with this new moon in Gemini energy like I was talking about. But I do feel like you're worried or afraid perhaps about some conflict here. Okay, not like you'll be in conflict, but that maybe, you know, sometimes when we have to make decisions, especially difficult ones, not everyone's going to be happy with them, right? But we have to do whatever decision is best here for us. I'm also still picking up on more fire energy, fire and air, you know, obviously with the Five of Swords here. I do feel like there's something here related to the past, because I'm seeing the Three of Swords in the past. So it does feel like a little bit like grief laden, a little sad, like down. Okay. It could be like just situational. It could be multiple situations. Okay. It could be something going on within a connection here, because we do have, you know, there's always a couple on the Tower card that are like falling out of the burning tower. And again, we have that Two of Swords here. And it almost reminds me of the Hermit, right? This cloaked figure, like going within, again, connecting with your intuition to make a decision here, which is that Two of Swords energy that we had coming up from the past as well. Again, it feels like if this is resonating, it feels like it's karmically justified what's happening here. Okay, so just remember that, especially if you're worried about how someone else might respond. You have the Page of Swords as your outcome card. Communication, again, could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be issues of, we have two pages here, so I don't know, and we have the Queen and the Justice. So I'm just getting like the two people sort of unequally yoked in terms of maturity levels. Okay, I might clarify that Page of Swords. I'm just so curious. I'm seeing the King of Rods though. So now we have a true pair here with this Queen of Rods, which again is you. This could be a fire sign that you're encountering, and you have the Nine of Pentacles showing again. So it feels really good for you. Clarify the Page of Swords again. Okay, Queen of Cups. So someone could be communicating with you. Again, we did see that, and I was reminded of the Knight of Swords that we saw, right, which can be like harsh communication, immature communication, okay, or just someone sort of being perhaps a little bit timid or tepid about what they have to say or to whom, okay, because again, we have strong Queen energy on the board. So this could be you here with that Queen of Cups, Scorpio, right? That can be Scorpio or another water sign as well, okay? Could be you communicating to someone else. All right, let's get, and there's that King of Rods again. Very interesting. Okay, let's get a Psychic Tarot Oracle card for y'all, and then we'll close out the reading. And I just saw the number 8, emotional withdrawal, which came up in the Pisces reading, okay? But then look at this, okay, because that's the card I was talking about. Perhaps even spending some time outside near water if you can, with the Triumphant Success card, which is reminding me of that Page of Swords there, okay? Also, the Ace of Swords and more air energy, which is interesting. We're in an air season. I feel like there's lots of clarity coming in, or at least we have the ability to tap into it, okay? Seeing here the base chakra, so you might want to focus on your root chakra, okay? Working with the color red, perhaps working with red stones if crystals are something that appeal to you. What are the messages? Okay, spiritual strength. There you are. I love this card coming up, because it feels very much like, you know, like what you have to do in a situation. Again, it might be calling for you to sort of hold back a little bit or express some kind of restraint, and simultaneously there's all this sort of work that is required as well. It's an interesting duality. All right, where I think it's this one. Let's see. Nope. Hold on, I just have to find it in the book. Number 9. Okay, here it is. So it says, this card is coming forth to give encouragement and remind you that you have the inner strength to complete whatever you've been working on. The final Spirit card represents courage, discipline, stability, and persistence. You may be tired or weary from the struggle, but now is not the time to give in. Instead, tap into all of your inner reserves for that one final push to achieve the desired outcome. You've been through so much to get to this point, and even though you may have acquired some scars from the battle, you're wiser and stronger for it. The enlightenment you've gained will be an invaluable resource. You may also notice that you're experimenting with different things in your life at this time. That was exactly what I was just talking about. All of these experiences feed your spirit and offer you knowledge for the future. Yeah, because you could actually also be like learning or studying something new here, okay? But I was feeling more appearance there with the Queen of Rods. Anyway, Scorpio, that's been your reading, again, for the rest of May, likely into June. If you like this reading, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website. The link's down below. I also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, and I co-host a podcast called The Self-Care Kickback. It is a spirituality and self-care focused show. If that is something that interests you, do check it out. All the links, again, are listed down below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.